Here I am, in the place to be. Mr. K&B, you can't fuck with me. Extra sexy, extraordinary. Palms are hairy, your mama pop. What up, y'all? K&B the Sexy Ninja in the place to be, as always, for C Plus Studios, and welcome to the Sexy Ninjacast that drops every Sunday. And we are fueled and powered by Big Daddy and his awesome designs from crazyhoodiez.com. crazyhoodiez.com. So go check it out. I have the link in the description below. And if you are subscribed to the C Plus Studios feed, you also get his podcast, Big Daddy Forever. You get the Sexy Ninja Cast. You get the New World podcast. You get that Juggalo vlog. Also, the mighty return of the Social Vent podcast. The foundation that our journey on this crazy podcast world has, where it started. So if you go check it out, the latest episode, it was fun. And a little fun fact about it, I didn't know we were recording a Social Vent podcast. I thought we were just messing around. And then after we got done recording, Big Daddy was like, there we go, the Social Vent. And I'm like, what? And after listening to it, we we're like, this is good. This is good. We have to. I think everyone's been waiting. And yeah, so go check it out right now. Like and subscribe, share it with your grandma, show the bum down at Walmart, and let them know C Plus Studios here. We are anywhere and everywhere. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere, baby. So, we're talking about Green Lantern, Beware My Power, DC Universe animated movie that just dropped this week. I just finished it, and I gotta say, I really did enjoy the animation. The animation was great. The story was fun, and reintroducing John Stewart in this newer format, and kind of changing his origin a little, so, and there's some things in the movie that I really liked, and some things in the movie I scratched my head on. I was like, oh, that was really fast. Things I've been wanting to see in any form of a movie or anything like that, especially the fact that they tease in the starting how Jordan's dead. John gets the ring from a Guardian. Guardian dies. He goes to Justice League Watchtower. Him and Oliver go to Oa. And Oa's destroyed, and they meet Hot Girl there, and they're just trying to figure out what is going on. Aldous Hodge was the voice of John Stewart, and I thought he did an incredible job, portraying the character the way we know John to be. With that, they changed his origin a little bit, and, because he was an architect. And this one was more or less like he is, he's damaged, especially with being in the military, in the Marines, and the killing he had to do, and he was a sniper, and he's broken at this point. He doesn't know what he wants to do. That's what I got from this, and he's just trying to find himself. And when he was chosen by the ring, he was like, I don't want the ring, I don't want this, this is not what I want, and so when he tries to find out how to get rid of the ring, he develops a relationship all the way till the end. And when he finally accepts why he was chosen, he accepts it in a large way, and he defeats Hal Jordan, who is the bad guy overall in this film, which I thought was Sinestro, but it was a nice little twist. But even that kind of made me scratch my head, because I was like, man, when Hal goes over the edge and he kills, the Green Lantern Corps, destroys the central battery, and goes crazy, and he's paralyzed. But Hal Jordan does sacrifice himself to reignite the sun, and he dies there. This one was more or less like, okay, we thought he died, then it's revealed at the end, no, Sinestro is working for him, because when Hal sent his ring off, he infected Hal with the parallax entity, and made Hal Jordan's eyes open. Then they just went and just destroyed Oa. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Especially it shows the iconic scene where he has all the rings on his fingers and stuff like that. And that's just an iconic image right there. I really thought I was going to see the traditional parallax suit, but they changed it up a bit. It was more or less like, more of a bodysuit than like this great admiral look that he gets in the comic books. But that was fine. He still looked badass, rocking the beard. But yeah, that was something I was like, oh my gosh, we're going this route. Then he dies. Then he gets killed by Oliver, because Oliver has to make a sacrifice because Hal's about to kill John, and Oliver has to make the ultimate choice of killing his best friend, which he does. And at the end of the movie, which made me, it was like, oh, okay, well, they get back, and Oliver's like, well, I killed my best friend. I don't know how I'm going to live with myself. I live with that thought and whatnot. And John's like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. Let's go get some cheeseburgers. Yeah, let's toast to the fallen. And you and me, John, we're best friends now. So let's toast to that as well. It was fun. We got to see Adam Strange, and he made the ultimate sacrifice, which I was kind of like, well, I know John finally broke through with the ring and stuff like that, but I was like, why is he not the hero of the movie? There's a lot of things with this movie that I liked and I didn't like, especially because I'm being more picky because I'm a Green Lantern fan, and I'm just kind of like, where do we go from here? There was no end credit scene. I was like, okay, now will we see John rebuild the core, because he does send the rings off? It's now his responsibility to rebuild the core and everything like that. So a lot of open ending stuff and a lot of closing ending stuff, especially when Hal died. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I've really wanted to see him lose his shit and go crazy and destroy the core and just take all these rings, and just he's mad with power, because one thing that gets him pushed over the edge to even go this route is when Coast City was destroyed, during the reign of Superman, and sends him over the edge because he's like, man, all these people died and this and that. And he has a great rebirth story when he comes back, and what there was no redeeming factor either, especially even with the arrow through his chest. He wasn't like, I made a mistake, and no, his last words were like, you're too late, and he dies. But that goes to the comics too, because when he was brought back, I just read this in Blackest Night, he's like, I died a monster. They're like, well, you redeemed us, you re-sparked the sun during Final Night, and it's like, no, I died a monster. Everyone else has this grand, glorious, like statues of them or a museum or something, but Hal had to go through this journey before he was brought back as the Spectre, and it's pretty cool. You should check it out. Like, it's some great stuff, especially because when he goes batshit crazy, we are introduced to Kyle Rayner, and that's where he comes from. And I was just like, man, will there be another Green Lantern movie, DC movie? Will that Green Lantern show for HBO Max ever happen? Because it's been a minute, and I was excited for this movie to drop, because I was like, finally, something Green Lantern, something. Like, there's a few of them out there. First Flight, what else is there? Emerald Warriors, I believe, and there's an animated series that went on a couple seasons, and that animated series is fantastic. I wish they continued on with it, but they ended the show on a perfect note and gave it an ending instead of just having an open book like, oh yeah, we'll never know because we were canceled before it happens. But the show itself, it was so good. And I looked up on HBO Max. Well, I do have the Blu-ray, but on HBO Max they do have the series. If you want to check out something fun and new and cool and some great character arc builds, you should go check out the Green Lantern animated series. It's fun. I believe in the First Flight 2 is really, really good, and Nathan Fillion does the voice of Hal, and the person that does Hal's voice, let me look it up real quick. kind of threw me off. That's not the way I imagine Hal Jordan's voice being. It's Nolan North. Like, as soon as he's like, they're like, oh, Hal, and he speaks, I'm like, whoa, that is not Hal Jordan. To me, like, I think it's just because I'm used to Nathan Fillion doing the voice, or, what was his name? Man, it's Christopher something. It's going to drive me crazy. I got to look real quick. So, I'll get it right now. I'm typing as fast as I can. No, I don't want that. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Got my computer here. Christopher Maloney did the voice in First Flight. So I was mistaken there. But Nathan Fillion has done the voice for Hal Jordan. And Christopher Maloney, I've associated with his voice. But Nolan North just came out of nowhere. And I'm like, whoa. Brian Bloom did Adam Strange. Great job. Ike Amati did Martian Manhunter. Jimmy Simpson did Green Arrow, and I think he did a great Green Arrow. Jason J. Lewis did Ganthet, didn't get that much. Sunil Malhotra was the Power Ring voice. That's cool. You know, Keisha was Vixen. Keisha Sharp. Wonder who plays the natural. Oh, Rick D. Wasserman. Great job to everybody, but no offense to Nolan North. That wasn't Hal Jordan's voice to be. But everybody else, great job. It's not knocking on Nolan North. I'm not trying to knock on him. I'm not trying to start some beef here. I'm just saying it was just kind of like, whoa, that's not the way I hear Hal in my head. And there's many things I could be like, oh, well, this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong, but do I really need to be that guy? Yes, sometimes. But overall, if I had to rate this movie, I would rate it, out of our 10 scale, I would probably give it a 6 out of 10. And that's more or less because the story's really fast. They brought in some cool things, that, especially with Hal, that I've always wanted to see, but automatically killing him right away. And the ending was just like, oh yeah, well, that's it. Let's go get a cheeseburger. That's what we got to go get right now. A little bit too, like when I read that was Ganthet, I was like, okay, well, I didn't really get that. It was just like a guardian. They never said Ganthet. They never said, oh, Ganthet was the one that gave him the ring. And on the starting of the movie, he's like, John Stewart, the ring is yours. Here you go. Now I will go. And yeah, I was like, okay. Then he's just, I think more or less of this movie that I really, really like was his relationship with the ring. How it evolved to, I don't want this, I want to take it off. Then when he finally gets to take it off, he puts it back on because, he realizes, okay. And then in the very end, when he's fighting Hal, he tells him like, hey, now I understand why they chose me. And it's because of this. And he just, I really like that aspect of this movie. And I'm not saying it's the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. So it was a Green Lantern movie. I should be happy. The Steelbook from Best Buy is beautiful and gorgeous. So yeah, and I think that's the thing too, is like the destruction of Oa was really quick, and I've always like, man, I've always wanted to see that in animation form or even movie form, like the Lanterns taking their last stand. And with these DC Universe animated movies, my boys, the GLs, always get laid to waste, like in Justice League Apocalypse War. Green Lantern Corps gets smashed. I believe in something else I watched, they got smashed, and it's just like, come on, these guys are the Green Lantern Corps. They're the space cops. There's reasons why you don't mess with them, the willpower they have, but in animation form, they just don't get no love. And I don't know if they're gonna make another animated Green Lantern movie, or we get that Green Lantern show. Like I said, I don't know. This was a surprise that came out of nowhere. Not that I didn't know it was coming, but when it was like, oh, Green Lantern, beware my power, and I was like, oh, that was the other thing. his jacket. He's wearing the jacket and jeans the whole time with the green suit underneath. And I'm like, take the jacket off. Come on. It's going to be one of those moments where he's going to be like, I accept who I am, and I'm going to burn off my clothes right then and there so you can see me in full Green Lantern uniform. So, and I think that was a way and psychological way for him to say goodbye to his old self and become the leader that Jon Stewart eventually becomes. So that the jacket thing was bothering me. Yes, dumb things like that bother me. But tell me what you think. Did you watch the movie? Did you not hear about it at all? Go check it out. Green Lantern, Beware My Power. Go check it out. Like I said, I gave it a 6 out of 10. Tell me what you thought. Tell me, be like, man, you just enjoy it. Just enjoy things. Don't be such a downer. Well, when it comes to Green Lantern, I have to be very critical. It's just Green Lantern's like my favorite of all time. All of them, every incarnation. So 6 out of 10. Green Lantern, Beware My Power. Out now. Go check it out. This is a short Sexy Ninjacast this week because I wanted to congratulate and thank Doug, my partner in crime. He is a daddy now. So congratulations to Doug. He's not here this week. That's why. But I wanted to drop a quick review. I just finished the movie and I was like, you know what? This will be the Sexy Ninjacast this week. So go check it out right now. Green Lantern, Beware My Power, and drop those comments below and tell me what you thought of the movie and what you liked, what you didn't like, and what is your rating. After that, you're going to like and subscribe. You're going to share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with the bum down at Walmart. Check out crazyhoodies.com. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja, and this is C Plus Studios. We are anywhere and everywhere you get podcasts. We are anywhere and everywhere on social media. Check it out. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. What is there? Snapchat, Twitter, everywhere. C Plus Studios. This is the Sexy Ninja Cast. And remember, stay sexy, ninjas. Welcome to the wicked shit. Oh, yeah.